Hey guys, it's Amber and I'm getting ready to work on my day 4 project. So I've got a photo here of myself. I was out at a shopping center, found a holiday tree and took a selfie. I was like busy running errands all day. So I originally started with my journaling talking about my busy day, and I was really stuck. I wasn't happy with it, and I realized it was because it was like all facts and not feelings, and it was really more about finding some joy in a difficult month, as you guys have heard me mention. So I kind of switched up my journaling a little bit. Used a digital that Allie provided with us that says Sunday morning, and wrote out my journaling that kind of talked a little bit about what my day was like, cut out a lot of it, but mostly added some more feelings related things. So what I think I'm going to be doing, I'm working on the back of day 3, which is a full page, so I can't really cut it or anything, even though I only had a vertical photo. I think I'm going to use one of these 3x8 cards from the journaling pack, and even though they're pre-punched, the nice thing is there's no sentiment on this kind with the stars, so I can put it on the right hand side where the holes already are. They're gonna line up perfectly, and then just add my photo here. So basically kind of designing that as we go here. So I actually printed my journaling on this Mako sticker paper. The nice thing about this stuff is you can use it for laser or inkjet labels, or sorry, laser or inkjet printers. It goes on pretty much clear, but what I want to do is I actually printed it on my laser printer, and I'm going to run it through the Mink with red foil on it, I believe. I was trying to do a green, but I don't have a good dark green. The green I have is like really bright. So journaling is going to be along here. I'm going to trim this down and run it through. Sorry. I had pulled this out because I had been originally thinking about maybe adding that tree on if I decided to go with more black embellishments, but I'm not going to be doing that. So I'm going to set that to the side. I'm trying to figure out my number 4. Knowing that this is going to have some red here, this will be red. I'm thinking about potentially adding this star here from Colorcast Designs, kind of playing along that star theme. I was considering this ginormous 4 here from Allie Edwards, but I'm concerned it might be too big, but I really like it, and I think the colors would look cool, and it kind of helps with a visual triangle with the green. I'm trying to picture with the journaling. I think it would tuck just inside the journaling here. So I'm not sure. I would have to get this all down before I make that final decision. I did also pull out, this is a wooden 4 from Colorcast Designs. If I use this, I probably would heat emboss on top of here. I don't have a good dark green. I was trying to get the Rustic Wilderness embossing powder, but it's sold out everywhere. I haven't been able to get my hands on it, and I don't have any dark green embossing powder. The only one I have is like super bright green, and I think that would look terrible. So I was thinking about maybe trying to see what this lumberjack plaid would look like. I'm really, it would, you know, I'm not sure if that would be too much red, considering that this will have red on it. I also pulled out like a number 4 here. I think that weight will be too much weight, which also I don't think I want to do white embossing powder next to this weight either. So that's good for me to at least know. And I wanted to also pull out the number 4 here, but again, I think it's just too small. I think this is begging for a little bit more scale, and I think that this might also be too big. It also might be too soon to use another one because I just used one on day 4. I'm sorry, day 1. But I don't think that black is the right choice there. Even though I'm wearing black, the tone of the photo, like, it's really cool. It looks more bluish. So I don't think that's going to be the right option. So the other thing too is I was also thinking about maybe playing with this December story sticker. This was a sticker from the advent calendar set, but I really like this dark green. I think it plays well off of this color star and the colors in the tree. So we'll see. I had also potentially pulled out some of these die cuts if I didn't go with this star. I pulled out Super Basic December Day, Holly Jolly Goodness, Oh Christmas Tree, or the star piece. I don't think I'm going to end up going with any of those. And I also pulled out some stars from the Plastic Transparency Star Kit that I also really loved, but I kind of am really loving this because it has all the colors. So we'll see. And then I also pulled out from the Stories of Christmas Past, there's a plastic piece that says rockin' around, so like a rockin' around the Christmas tree. So that's something that I was maybe considering, like laying over the number or this like ginormous number. So we'll see. Not sure on that yet either. So I really need to get this down so I can see what it's going to look like a little bit better and then make some final decisions. But overall, it's a really simple page. I had considered making this a flip open, like where the photo could flip open. But honestly, even though I have more photos from the day, I don't really need to include more photos. And I'm just trying to keep this one simple with just a single one-day page. And then hopefully with the blue, I might be able to jump and do day 5 for my advent calendar, which also has blue. So we'll see what I end up deciding to go with. Okay, so one of the first things that I did was get the journaling cut out, get the foil mink on there, and get it ready to mink. So you're seeing me remove it here, or add it and then remove it. So the big reveal. One thing that surprised me, I think I've minked on this sticker paper before, but it showed the entire outline like residue almost. So I was a little bummed and I thought I was going to have to redo it, but I decided to give it a try with my mono eraser and it actually worked really well. So I just went around the edges and a little bit in the middle of between the D and the A and Sunday, and it pretty much got rid of all the residue that was left around that edge. So I was really happy with that. So here I'm going to go ahead and get this attached to my paper. So I only peeled off the back half and I'm pulling it back closer to me so I can get it lined up. So I apologize because that's just a little bit off camera while I'm taking a look at that. But I've gotten the bottom half stuck down. I'm just using my Cricut tool there to smooth it into place. The nice thing is it doesn't like remove any of the mink foil or anything. You know, it goes down completely smoothly. And then I removed the top and smoothed that down. And I was really happy with how it came out. It looks really cool with that red foil, and it doesn't make it difficult to read. I think it looks really cool. So pretty pleased with that. So I put a piece of like an old photo down that didn't print right, so that I could just go ahead and let this go over the edges. And then I'm just using my non-stick scissors to cut the edges off because this stuff's pretty sticky. And then since the holes were covered, I just used the paper to basically punch the holes out. And if I was only punching the holes, they'd be really, really sticky and it would like stick to my thing. But since I held it over paper, it kind of stuck to that and then they kind of popped right out. So I was just using that as an easy way to get my holes punched. And so pretty pleased with the way the journaling came out. So I started to realize, I didn't check it when this first printed, but I realized that the photo didn't print in the size that I wanted. And I was debating if I wanted to reprint or not, but I decided to go ahead with it and just see what it would look like and how much room I would need on the layout. So I'm trimming it out here now. Okay guys, so the good thing is I noticed that my phone was dying and shut off before I realized I went any further. So I just stuck down some washi tape on the edge here because I realized that even though I printed this 7.5 by 8 1/4, it did not print 7.5 by 8 1/4. It printed 7 1/4. So I didn't want to reprint it. It's perfectly fine. And I just thought this would be a good excuse to use up some more supplies and get a little bit more color on the layout. So I am going to add that washi tape. Right now I'm just sticking everything down, so I just got to line this up. And I just wanted to check and make sure that was enough. So it's just enough to add a little color on there, a little border. Still gonna go with the star, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go with the spore. Like, it's really bold. It looks awesome. I think I just really love it. I was really digging this spore. I think it, size-wise, it does really go here. I would have to emboss it because I don't want that natural color. I just wasn't in the mood to. I just kind of want to be risky and go with this like ginormous spore. I think I'm gonna do it. I was still trying to figure out a way to put this circle on here, but I don't think it's gonna fit. And I'm not gonna go with the embellishments that I picked out at all. I'm just gonna keep it really simple. So at this point now, I just need to adhere this stuff down. So I find the end here. There we go. So I'm just using 1/4 inch adhesive here from scrapbook.com. Since it's outside the page protector, I like to have really strong adhesive, but I like using score tape because red line's too much. So I'm gonna do this in layers. So this is gonna layer over the washi, but go underneath the journal card. So my next steps here are just to get all of the double-sided sticky tape down on the outside of the photo. I released the tape that was alongside the washi and put that piece down first, and then I flipped it over and released the sides and then the other edge down, so I could get it down as smoothly as possible. It printed on an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, so it's slightly taller, so I just need to trim down the height. But I got really lucky that I had the perfect amount of washi tape and space to make this work without needing to reprint. I could have, I just was hoping to make it work, and I actually really like the addition of the washi tape. Sometimes you can end up with happy accidents. So the next step here is going to be just to get those edges trimmed off like I was mentioning. I have to remember to be careful because my adhesive got a little high, and so it was like really sticking to my scissors there. I could have switched to the non-stick, but it wasn't that bad. It was a little bit higher than I wanted sticking over the edge of the paper there. So then I just got the bottom side trimmed off, and then we were ready to keep moving on. So next I just needed to get the adhesive down onto the journaling card. If you've been on my page before, you see that I always use the 1/8 inch alongside the holes. That's why I keep all the different sizes of the adhesive around. It's harder sometimes to find the 1/8, so I tend to keep that one for just on the inside and then use the 1/4 for other parts around side. So I just lined up the holes, made sure that everything was looking good on the sides, and then released all the release paper from the edges from there as well. And there you can see the shine as I'm kind of moving it around. It just looks really neat. So even that by itself without any embellishments would look really cool. But since this wooden four is so enlarged, I wanted to use red line tape to adhere it down. So I'm just putting a couple pieces of that. And then using a little bit of 1/8 inch red line tape on the acrylic star. That's from Color Cast Designs. And that is going to be it for me. So I hope you had fun watching, and I just wanted to say thank you, and I hope you're inspired to tell those simple stories for simple December days. Thanks again. Bye for now.